Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. What's good with you? And so we've got the Raiders, we've got the Lions here in this one. Raiders currently 3-4 year on the year right now, trying to get to 500, while the Detroit Lions at 5-2 here, trying to move on to 6-2. And already the Detroit Lions here with the football. Let's see how they do in this one here. We've got 1st and 10 here for the offense from their own 20-yard line. Jared Goff up under center. They're going to hand it to the back, and Gibbs up the middle. Fights forward for 6 yards on the carry. 2nd and 4 coming up. CG&M, what's good with ya? Yes, what's good with ya? Braden, how are you? And Braden says, hey, JB, how are you? Braden, you didn't have to do it to my fantasy team, man. You didn't have to do it. All right, meanwhile, 2nd and 4 here out of the shotgun. Again, they hand it to Gibbs, and Gibbs is going to pick up a yard on the carry. 3rd down coming up. So we got 3rd and 3. Jahmyr Gibbs already 2 carries for 7 yards. All right, meanwhile, let's get the poll question put up. All right, but on 3rd and 3, again from their own 27-yard line. All right, out of the shotgun. Tight end goes in motion. They throw it to him, and Sam Laporte, the former Iowa Hawkeye, makes the catch there. His first catch of the game there, picks up 6 yards on the play. Let's see, Braden said, oh, you needed it. Couldn't lose 3 straight. And so you could have waited 1 more week, Braden. You could have waited 1 more week. You know how tough JB's division is. All right, so we've got 1st and 10. Quarterback up under center. Gives the ball to Gibbs up the middle again. And he's going to pick up 4 yards. And now we've got 2nd and 6 coming up. So he's getting quite a few carries here early. CG&M says, how's fantasy? And so, well, fantasy, it felt like a fantasy up until Braden upended my team, basically. But my record right now, I've got 2. This will be my 2nd loss on the year. So doing pretty good so far this season. I think that's what now, 6-2 now? It should be, but doing pretty good. Braden says you play Carmichael next week and play Pop Brown the next week. And so, hey, Pop Brown's team has been on it. It's been on it. All right, meanwhile, now we've got Goff throwing it to Gibbs. So clearly the game plan here is to feed Gibbs early and often here today, whether it's on the ground or whether it's just through the air. All right, so 1st and 10 again from their own 43-yard line. Goff, play fake. Sees the pressure. Just threw that one away. Just threw that one right there near Gibbs. Excellent job by the Raiders. They're bringing a pass rush and forcing him to throw that ball quickly. He came with some speed. Again, this is the first offensive drive of the game here for the Detroit Lions here in the 1st quarter, 11 minutes and 53 seconds to go. Let's see, Braden says, oh, I know, he's the best in the league. All right, so we've got 2nd and 10. Here in the shotgun, Goff throws it short, gets the completion here to Gibbs again. So I guess today is going to be pretty much the Gibbs show. Lewis says, I won't be able to join tonight. Wi-Fi is down, but go Raiders. And so appreciate the heads up there. And Lewis has the Raiders in this one. Okay, appreciate that and hope you get that Wi-Fi fixed. We're going to miss you. Braden says, doesn't he have McCaffrey? And so McCaffrey is on McCaffrey is on K-Money's team. So he's got McCaffrey, my arch rival. All right, but 3rd and 4. Again, Gibbs going in motion. Goff Looking, throws it, gets the completion again to Gibbs. I mean, he's going to need an oxygen tank after this. He's just getting a lot of work right now. He's got 3 catches for 20 yards so far in this one, and clearly they just want to feed him. Lewis says, I couldn't come up with a pick tonight, couldn't research the game, and so I understand that. But man, Gibbs is getting all of this workload here. So now 1st and 10. Gives it again to Gibbs, who picks up 4 yards on the play. 2nd down coming up. So yeah, Detroit is coming out and they want to run this ball. So it's going to be up to the Raiders to make them stop. Braden says, okay. Well, he has Hill and Hurts. And so, yes, he does. To think that, I think he picked number 8 in the draft. And I think that Tyreek Hill made it all the way to number 8. And Carmichael took Najee Harris way ahead. Meanwhile, they give it to the back here, and that's going to be Craig Reynolds, and he picks up 11 yards on the play. So, my goodness, we can put me in the backfield right now and still get some positive yards today. This offensive line is just destroying, and I mean destroying, the Raiders right now. Raiders are going to have to at some point commit to this ground game. All right, 1st and 10, 9 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first. And they once again head it to the back. Who's going to pick up a yard on the play? Let's see, Braden says, well, JB taking shots at Carmichael. Said, not a shot. I mean, I'm simply saying that Najee Harris got selected before Tyreek Hill. I would have never had guessed that that was going to happen in our, fantasy draft. Never a shot. All right, so we've got 2nd and 8 coming up. All right, so we're going to get a timeout called here by the Raiders. And so Braden said he couldn't help it, auto pick for him. And so come on, Braden. What auto pick do you know is going to select Najee Harris in the 1st round, in the 2nd round, maybe even the 3rd round? We might have to get the round, I don't know, 6 or 7 before he starts realistically coming up, I guess. But come on, Braden. I call cap. And so CG&M's got the hand up there. All right, so we got 2nd and 8, shotgun formation. Oh, and now they're going to audible. Goff's up under center here. They are content with running the ball. Let's see if they do it again. Yeah, that's exactly what they do, and he's going nowhere no time soon. Jahmyr Gibbs with the carry, 3rd down coming up. Braden said he probably had him first in his queue, LOL, and so that sounds like that's intentional to me. That sounds like that's intentional to me. All right, so we got 3rd and 8. Goff looking, throws one up there. Incomplete. 4th down coming up. Kenneth, what's good with you? Kenneth says, hey, my friend, how are you doing tonight? And you're doing good. And early happy Halloween. And so, hey, happy Halloween for sure. Happy Halloween. I know it's early, but yeah, early happy. I almost forgot that tomorrow's Halloween. That's how hard I've been working today. Let's see. Braden says, dang, it would have sealed my victory. And so, oh man, we got a 44-yard field goal attempt coming up. And it is good. And so, Braden, I already assumed that this was going to be a wrap here. So, yeah, that would be insane. That would be insane if I still found a way to win. Let's see. Braden says, "What's the channel name, Kenneth? I'll stop by." And so, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Let us know the name of the channel. Absolutely. Yeah, my bad on that one. All right, so but man, they ate some time off that clock there. Over 7 minutes to turn the time possession taken off the clock on that one. Insane. CG&M says watching the World Series and your stream, just wondering who you're rooting for in both baseball and football. And so, well, in baseball, JB doesn't really have a horse in the race there. I don't follow baseball at all, really, unfortunately, but so I don't have a race there. And in this matchup, I'm just rooting for a good game that consists of my guys hitting their over for my stat line. Absolutely. So that's what I'm hoping for. Let's see. Kenneth says Clo on the go, the channel. Okay, so it's Clo on the go. Okay, I'll check that out. I will check that out. But yeah, I do like Detroit, so I'm hoping that Detroit does win. However, I do hope that they do pass the ball more. I mean, yes, I'm already going to lose to Braden, so I might as well focus on making sure I secure these player props. So, and Braden does have Jared Goff. Well, I've already moved on past him, so it would have to be an insane game, Braden, for me to find a way to win this one. It would have to be one of the greatest hold offs ever if that would happen. Matter of fact, Kenneth, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is let's see uh, if I can move this out the way. It'd be much easier. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pin that up top. So if anybody wants to check out that channel, feel free to. All right, so let's see what the Raiders look like. I'm going to need the Raiders to come out and score some points because I'm going to need Jared Goff to actually pass the ball and not just keep handing the ball off. That, and I'm starting to get concerned about when David Montgomery comes back if Jameer Gibbs keeps doing this. All right, so we've got the kickoff on the way. No return here. So now let's see what the Raiders have in store here. Jimmy G back up under the helm here for the Las Vegas Raiders. And so, Mike, what's good with you? Mike says, shout out JB. What's the score? The score is right now Detroit 3, Raiders 0, but this is the first time the Raiders have the ball offensively. I know it's 7 minutes and 51 seconds into the first, and they're just now getting the football for the first time offensively because Detroit just consistently ran it up the middle. Meanwhile, Jimmy G on the play fake. Jimmy throws it short, and it's caught by Josh Jacobs, who introduces him to the stiff arm, still running, and picks up 12 yards on the play. But hold everything, there is a penalty. Look at the look on Josh McDaniel's face. He's like, what now? He looks like he's in pain. He's like, what now? Let's see. Braden says, I said JB Nation raid on his channel. And so, hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. A one-man army. I appreciate that. Representing. All right, so we've got, after that first down completion there, 7 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in the first. Again, first offensive possession here for the Las Vegas Raiders, and Jimmy's in the shotgun. Adams goes in motion. Jimmy gets the snap. Jimmy feeling the pressure around his heel, throws it short. That's going to be incomplete there. Tried to target Josh Jacobs there. 2nd and 10 coming up. Braden says, yep. Yeah, I'm going to need the Raiders to score, because if they don't score, it is very obvious Detroit's going to come out looking to run this clock. And when they do pass it, they're just throwing it to Gibbs. All right, 2nd and 10. Takes a snap from up under center. Jacobs trying to make a cut. Not going anywhere. Detroit stuffs it, so 3rd down coming up. All right, so we got 3rd and 10. Out of the shotgun. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Jimmy gets the snap. Jimmy on the move. Jimmy fit a run. And Jimmy takes the contact there, and everything picks up about 8.5, 9 yards on the play, but he will be shy of that 1st down marker. Anytime I see Jimmy take contact, I just cringe, because we know how fragile he can be. 4th down coming up. I wonder if this will be the week where Kyler Murray returns for the Cardinals. My fantasy team in the other league can certainly use his presence. I mean, Sam Howell did good, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to put my money on him every week. And I've got no other options. Braden said you got rid of Jimmy yesterday, and so I seen that. I think the Sports Blitz picked up Jimmy, if I'm not mistaken. If my memory's not mistaken, I think he picked him up shortly after. All right, so after that punt, Detroit will take over from their own 11-yard line. I need more passes, at least more pass attempts for Jared Goff here. That's what I need. Let's see. Braden says Murray isn't returning. Soon as the starter, you said picked up Jaron Hall. You got no faith in Jimmy G. And so no faith in Jimmy G. So you picked up Jaron Hall. You, a Packer fan, did that. I'm sorry, that's got nothing to do with that. But still, Jaron Hall. Why not just trade for Jordan Love, Braden? That's your boy. Why not trade for him? Oh man, this is not good at all. Yeah, JB's looking at some of his selections, and it is not looking too good. All right, so we got 1st and 10. Went back in the backfield. Brown goes in motion, and they're going to run the ball and picks up about 3 yards on the carry. Gibbs would get another carry. He's got 6 carries for 18 yards. Braden said that's a good idea. I might do that. Yeah, do it. Do it. Do it. All right, so 2nd and 7 out of the shotgun. Gets the snap. Looking, throws it. Gets the completion here. Oh, he lost the ball. He lost the ball. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Wow. Let's see. Mike says big Leonard Williams trade. And so, yeah, that trade did go down. That trade did go down. Oh, man, just got the ball ripped from him. Took his lunch money. That's going to hurt. Oh, wow, that's the Raiders' 6th turnover, the tie for the fewest in the NFL. All right, Raiders get the ball, throws it up there. Ooh, threw it at Jimmy, what is he doing? My goodness, he just threw that one. That's a pass you make when you just give up. Jimmy, what's going on? And so Black Medicine, what's good with you? And he says that he stands with Mac Jones, just him. Braden says, and that's why he has no faith in Jimmy G. And he says, poor Devontae Adams. And so if he thinks things can't get any worse, send him to us. We'll show him things can be much different. Or maybe history should repeat itself. A disgruntled Raider receiver to the Patriots. I like that idea. Let's see. Black says Mac Jones would never do that. Really? 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 I thought Jalen Ramsey had a pick 6 last week when Mac Jones threw that interception right to him. Gifted it right to him. That's what, like 4 or 5 of the last 6 games that he's thrown an interception like that? Just pitiful. Just sad. Anyways. So Jimmy G throws an interception. Had to add that stat to him. He's 1 of 3 right now for 12 yards in this one. Just wow. Wow. But when we come back to the Detroit Lions, we'll get the ball back, and they seem very content to continue to run the ball. That's what they want to do. Graydon says, your face you made, LOL. And so, like, oh, man, it's like you can count on it once a game, sometimes twice a game. And if it happens more than 2 times, then that's when Bill pulls them out and he's like, all right, you're done. You're done. So Black says justice and a new offensive coordinator for Mac Jones. Oh man, how many more coordinators do we need? How many more? Let's see, Black says Bill O'Brien hates Bama quarterbacks. And he hates LSU receivers as well, apparently. All right, I do need Sam Laporta to start getting some yards here. All right, from their own 11-yard line, play fake, throws it, caught by Sam Laporta for no yards on the play. Let's see, you say Bill O'Brien was at January 6th. All right, and again here in the first quarter, 4 minutes and 23 seconds to go here in the first. Oh, wow. Seems like he gets around. Braden says, "Hey JB, Brian Perez won't be your guys' offensive coordinator next year. Why not? I thought he was up for an extension. I thought he was doing everything you guys wanted him to do." Meanwhile, another pass attempt there for Golf, incomplete. He's struggling right now to get that ball out. And again, Amon Ray St. Brown, he was not feeling good as of Sunday, but they cleared him today to play. But clearly, Detroit is doing much better on the ground than through the air. All right, so we got 3rd and 10. Golf looking on the move, throws it away, and that's going to be incomplete. And that's going to bring up the punt unit. Let's see if Mike says, for instance, Bill O'Brien in disguise. He's part-time at Iowa. Well, they should make him full-time, actually. They should make him full-time there. Braden says, nope, he's gone after this year, so please stop with the Iowa jokes. And so we will not stop with the Iowa jokes until the Iowa offense makes us stop. Punt's on the way. And fair caught from his own 41-yard line by Carter. So now we'll see the Raiders come out again offensively and what has been an abysmal offensive performance so far. Again, we are here in the first quarter with 3 minutes and 55 seconds to go. All right, again, we're at the commercial. Let's see. Black says, it seems like there isn't a clear number one NFL team. And so, I mean, yeah, that's pretty fair to say. If I had to pick a number one right now, I probably would lean towards the Eagles as of right now. But after seeing the Chiefs get beat by the Broncos and knowing their limitations, if you can shut down Travis Kelce, that's a big if. If you can shut him down, limitations outside of him offensively, the whole Tooney experiment of fail, Sky Moore a bust. It's just not looking too great right now. I know it's just one loss there, and Mahomes wasn't feeling great. But right now it's open season basically. I mean, anybody that's not the Packers or the Patriots or teams like that has a chance. I just hate to see what I saw from Kirk Cousins to see him get hurt like that, because Kirk was really out here balling. But yeah, 49ers, they're on the losing tier. They can't stop losing now. So it's going to come down to, I guess, NFC Championship, Eagles versus maybe Cowboys, maybe, or something like that. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10. Gonna toss it to Jacobs here, and Jacobs up the middle picks up 4 yards on the play. Let's see. Black says this is what the Vikings office was waiting for. It's their perfect excuse. And so yeah, they've been looking for an excuse. They have been looking for an excuse, wanting to move on from him and stuff like that. I hope he goes somewhere where he will be appreciated. All right, 2nd and 5. Jacobs again. He's going to be a yard shy. of getting to that first down marker. 3rd and 1 coming up. All right, they hurry up and snap it, and oh my goodness, like barely got back to the line of scrimmage there. 4th down coming up. Right now, the Raiders, it's not Halloween yet, but the Raiders look spooked on offense right now. Like you've seen a ghost. It's just, and I'm talking about them Sam Darnold type ghosts right now. The offense is struggling. Braden says, yeah, Kirk Cousins was playing so good, and I don't like giving credit to Kirk Cousins. And so, oh, I know. I know. All right, 4th and 2. Jimmy looking. Jimmy on the move. Jimmy throws it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hunter Renfrow, are you trying to get traded? He's trying to get traded, y'all. When you hit the ground like that, you're trying to get traded. I don't know what else that was. That was bad. That was bad. Braden says, not even close, Jimmy G stinks. I know. This is real bad. This is really bad. Let's see. Black says college football sucked this weekend. It's heard. And so, I mean, college football wasn't that bad. NFL really did a number on me though. All right, pass complete there to Amara St. Brown, and he picks up the first down, his first catch in the game, 12 yards on the play. But there is a penalty. There is a penalty. Let's see, Black says this is the first weekend I didn't watch hardly any games. And so, gotcha. Oh, yeah, like I'm trying to think the best game that I can think of in terms of it being close. I think, was it Arizona versus Oregon State? I think they played this past weekend. That was a close game. The USC California game, that was a good one as well. But man, there was a lot of games that got out of hand as well. There really was. I'm not a fan of these uniform from the Lions either. And so, yeah, the colors for the helmet, yeah. I feel like we're trying a little bit too hard to be like the classic Seahawks helmet. All right, 1st and 10. Golf throws it short, gets the completion there. Jahmyr Gibbs. Oh, sorry, that was Brown with the catch. Let's see, Vader says Oklahoma versus Kansas was good. And so, yeah, that game was strange, but it was good. It was good. 2nd and 2. Feeds it to the back again. And he gets tripped up there at about the 20-yard line. So we got 1st and 10. And they're going to give him the backfield. He's going to lose a yard here on play. So now it's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And let's see. Black says Kansas and yep. Oh yeah. That was huge there for Kansas. Huge. Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing the selection committee and their rankings, I believe, tomorrow. All right, here we go. 2nd and 11. Golf throws it. Oh, incomplete. That was Jamison Williams. I'm sorry, yeah, Jamison Williams. I believe he didn't have a catch last game at all. Yeah, that time they put him in motion, threw the ball there to him. Yeah, you got to make that catch. As Braden alluded to, got to make that catch. All right, golf from the shotgun. 3rd and 11. Looking, feels the rush, throws it, somehow got that one off and got a first down. That's about 11 yards on the pickup there and a first down here. So now we got 1st and goal from about the 8-yard line, 15 seconds here in the first quarter. Let's see, Lex says drop passes. Oh yeah, he was all by himself on that route. Like what were they doing? They don't stop the run, they don't stop the pass. What is the defense doing? It's the end of the first quarter, and our score right now: Lions 3, Raiders 0. Let's see. Black says Ohio State should be #1, and so that's funny. That's funny right there. But nah, not exactly, not exactly, not exactly. Kyle McCord, he looked so human. I shouldn't say human. He looked like he had a lot still to learn. A lot still to learn. He started once he threw that first pick. It was bad. I was glad to see Travion Henderson back though. Like when he's back and he's not dealing with an injury, he's a tremendous asset, and we need him more than ever this season. All right, let's see. Braden says Rangers up 3-0, bottom of the third. Look at that. We got a Jerry Rice commercial. Okay. Black says, I'm pulling for the underdogs, the Diamondbacks. So, okay, okay. Nothing like a good old underdog. All right, when we come back, it'll be the start of the second quarter. All right, so here we go. From the 8-yard line, golfs up under center. Tight end goes in motion, one back in the backfield. Gibbs is that back. He's already got 8 carries so far in this one. This is his 9th carry, and he picks up 2 yards on the play, which is going to make it 2nd and goal from about the 6-yard line. Like says, I did watch the Falcons, and when Malik came back in the game, the crowd booed the heck out of him. And so, oh man, but Will Levis though, he threw what, 4 touchdowns? I mean that I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect that. I almost went and took the under on him for the player prop, but they had it so low that I said let me not do it still. But man. Meanwhile, Gibbs off the left side there. All right, got back to the line of scrimmage there, and there's going to be a penalty. So let's see what the penalty is going to be called on. You say Will Levis just ended Malik and Tannehill's time in Nashville. That he did. That he did. I mean, maybe Malik can stay on as a backup, maybe not. But you're right about that. Speaking of their time ending, Joshua Dobbs, it was good, it was great. But for your coach to come out and say, irregardless of if our starting quarterback is ready, he won't be playing. For me, next game, that was that was bold, and I'm not gonna lie, that was embarrassing right there. I mean, I didn't watch the game. I thought he did okay, but he must have did really bad. All right, 2nd and goal. Oh, they're gonna hand this one off here. Oh, wow. Raiders say not happening on our watch. They said you ran the ball too much. We're not going to let you continue to run that ball. All right, so 3rd and goal coming up. Maybe they can trade Malik Willis to Minnesota. That would teach Minnesota fans to appreciate a guy like Kirk Cousins. All right, so we got 3rd and goal. Quick pass, caught. It's at the 10, brought down at about, let's see where they mark him down at, about the 8-yard line there, but he will not get enough for the end zone. I believe he had to reach the end zone. 4th down coming up. Now, I know Dan is a man that likes to roll the dice here, but do you kick the field goal typically? Braden said go for it. Braden just wants them to go for it. All right, so here we go. 4th and goal. Shotgun here. 5 seconds right now on the play clock. Receiver goes in motion. Up, and that's going to be delay of the game. That's going to back him up 5 yards. And so Black says, dang, Dobbs is done. Yes, he is done. Hate to see it. I thought he was doing okay. Let's see, Black says, Will Levis have the time to sit back and observe? He has a lot of weapons, but he clearly is the better quarterback option. I mean, he made Hopkins look like Hopkins was about 4 years younger. And I mean, just seeing Hopkins getting yards after the catch, that was shocking in itself. I didn't think those old legs could still move, but he was moving. All right, this is going to be a 31-yard field goal attempt. And it is good. So Detroit increases their lead 6-0 here in the 2nd quarter with 12 minutes and 23 seconds to go. Braden says he likes the sound of that. Braden says he will co-sign for that. But yeah, shoot, you send him Malik Willis. You want to see Justin Jefferson start throwing tables and stuff like that? You get the Malik Willis and say he's our franchise. You do that to him. Black Medicine, tell me this. Who do you think should be starting at quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons next week? I'm hoping Taylor Heineke gets to start. I didn't see much of the game, but I felt like when he was in the game, like guys were actually moving and receivers were actually catching the ball. The offense actually looked like it could throw the ball. And I know with Heineke, you take the good with the bad. He'll have some good plays, but he'll have some bad plays, but it's better than no plays. I feel like from what you're getting from Desmond Ritter. So, but you let me know. Obviously, you know that team. You say such a shame. I think he was an engineer at NASA or something for a little bit. And so, absolutely. In all honesty, if I was the Minnesota Vikings, I probably would just reach out and see, for a guy like Joshua Dobbs, trade maybe a 6th-round pick for him, bring him in, and then maybe he could, start for the Vikings there and just be competent unless they're happy with the guy they got. And Black says he's smart. He just sucks for the NFL. And so he's one of those guys, you think of a guy like Ryan Fitzpatrick and how intelligent he was, and then just over time, you just give him time. I will say this now. Allegedly, Matt Patricia is supposed to be a genius as well, but it did not show for the Detroit Lions as a head coach. It did not show for him as an offensive coordinator. So I guess geniuses have limits too. But absolutely, absolutely. Joshua Dobbs, I feel like he should get another chance. If Minnesota doesn't come calling, then if somebody else goes down, for sure. Like says Heineke. Yeah, I feel like he has showed he is the better option. I just feel like Arthur Smith does not like a quarterback that he feels like is a high risk to turn the ball over. He'd rather not throw the ball than to see it turn over. But he can get you 2 touchdowns and about 1 or 2 interceptions with that. All right, we got the kickoff here on the way. No return. So let's see what the Las Vegas Raiders will do here. And man, you talk about somebody feeling like they're locked up right now. Devontae Adams, my goodness. My goodness. If you're someone that took the under on his season long player prop, you're enjoying each and every week probably right now as of late because they just cannot get him the ball. Right now, it is Josh Jacobs leading his team in receiving yards, and he's got only 12. All right, Jimmy G up under center. Gives it to Jacobs, and Jacobs is going to pick up 4 yards on the play. He's got 5 carries for 12 yards. Let's see. Black says Ritter's going to have 35 ball handling on Madden next year. The man has fumbled at least 3 times every game I've been watching this year. Oh, man. He says Smith is going to push forward with Ritter. And so, okay. I mean, his job is only on the line, so I would like to think that he would go with Heineke, but we know how he can be. All right, here we go. 2nd and 6. Jimmy throws it. Oh, ball is tipped. Incomplete. Incomplete. All right, so let's see. 3rd and 6 coming up. Yeah, that time D-line just got a hand up, and you know what that means. Gets the snap, throws that one, and oh, incomplete. He was targeting Hunter Renfro, but that's just sometimes the way the ball goes. All right, so 4th and 6. All right, punts on the way. Catches at about the 22-yard line out of bounds. Now, Hunter Renfro is known that if somebody wants to trade for him, you can trade for him. That part has been made very obvious. Let's see. Braden says, I'm surprised Devontae isn't pissed at Jimmy G. I would be. And so I'll put it like this, Braden. In order for someone to get upset with someone, to get upset, you have to have expectations to begin with. And Devontae's been around Jimmy long enough to know now that Jimmy just ain't got it right now. He just ain't. My man is 1 of 6 right now for 12 yards. Jimmy's going to be gone. Josh McDaniels is going to be gone. I mean, I'll take the over on the firing for him. He's going to be gone. I mean, it's just Devontae's going to want out, but man, he chose the money. He chose the money, and I can't say I blame him. I'd like to sit here and say you shouldn't have did it, but I can't blame him. I would have done the same thing there for the money. But Braden, correct me if I'm wrong here, but didn't the Green Bay Packers eventually offer him a sweeter deal after he pretty much made up his mind he wanted to leave? If memory serves me right, or maybe I'm just making it up. Who knows? Black says maybe Mac Jones to the Vikings. Maybe not. Maybe not. The last thing we need is for him to get a guy like Justin Jefferson and then make us look bad because Justin Jefferson will go to work and stuff like that and make life too easy for him. So, but I mean, shoot, we end up getting Kirk, but we really need someone to come with Kirk. We can't just get Kirk and not get a receiver for him. That's my concern. It's going to be an interesting offseason. That it will be. Black says that we are the problem, though. Well, You know, it's like everybody's saying about Caleb Williams right now, trying to avoid going to a sorry team. They're like, if you're really that guy, you're supposed to make that sorry team great. And so that's the job of a quarterback, right or wrong, fair or not. If you're that guy, if you're that dude, you make the guys around you better. Now he's shown when he goes out there and he looks like a decent quarterback, we beat a team like Buffalo when he decides to be a decent quarterback. Let's see, Raiden says, yeah, they did, but he turned it down because he wanted to play for the Raiders. And so, okay, I knew I wasn't tripping. I would have been like, all right, y'all gonna offer me the money out? Okay, I'll stay. We'll continue to make it to the NFC Championship and lose every year. I'll stay. Makes the pass, gets the completion there. Oh, wow. And Brown is still going. What a big time play. I expect nothing less. 44 yards. And finally, some offensive excitement here. Get fired up. Black says Caleb is seeing Bryce Young get murdered and doesn't want the same situation. I mean, we've been seeing that for years. I mean, I remember when David Carr was getting lit up with the Houston Texans pretty much year after year. Although he did fairly decent. And you say you believe the Panthers won? That's right. That's right. The Carolina Panthers got their first win of the season over the Houston Texans. Oh, he got lit up in the backfield there. My goodness. Was that Jameson Williams? Oh, man, Jameson Williams can't get a break. He can't get a break. If somebody started him in fantasy football right now, they are probably going off in that chat right now and just saying all kind of things about Williams right now. But he's got -6 yards rushing, no catches, hasn't had a catch in about 2 games now. And they're trying to make him a part of the offense here. They really are. I can only assume that maybe he took the under on himself. Braden says, I'm officially beating you, you know. And so, well, thanks for letting me know that, Braden. I appreciate that. Meanwhile, Goff throws it and gets the completion there. There is a penalty. And so earlier, I had forgot that you wasn't already ahead of me, Braden. I had already, in my mind, made up my mind that it was already done. So I had already assumed that you was already ahead of me. All right, illegal contact there. Let's see. Black says, Braden says he's officially beaten you oh yeah, in fantasy football. He's actually beating me in fantasy football this week. So my team's already lost. And so this will be my second loss of the year. Big loss. All right, 1st and 10. Throws it and completes that one to Sam Laporta. He picks up 9 yards on the play. And now we've got 2nd and 1 from the Raiders' 7-yard line. All right, 2nd and 1. All right, Brown goes in motion. Goff throws it to him. And, ooh, he's going to lose yards on the play there, -8. Let's see, Black says you gave up on your team, not that you had a choice. And so, oh, man, that's sad. That's sad right there. That's a tragic story right there, what's taking place with your fantasy team. Just straight tragic. Braden says, oh, Black medicine. All right, 3 and 9. I'm sorry, 3rd and 9. Ball throws it there. Ball's deflected. 4th down coming up. So that's going to bring out another field goal attempt. The day of the kickers, I guess. Oh, dang it. I just checked. I just checked, Black Medicine. So you lost to Carmichael's team pretty decently. Pretty decently. That might move you to last place, actually. Field goal is good. 9-0. Let's see. Like says he didn't pick up on it, Braden. And so, oh man. All right, again here in the second quarter with about 8 minutes to go. Lions leading 9-0. Oh yeah, we got a lot of close matchups right now in our league. But the other two guys that I need to lose in my division, they they won pretty decisively, like pretty easily. Not good for me. Oh wow, Endazo put on a clinic this week. And again, we are at the commercial here. Let's see how many votes we've got. All right, so we've got 10 votes right now. We've got 6 saying the Lions will win, 4 saying the Raiders will win. All right, so again, 8 minutes and 8 seconds to go, and Detroit has made all 3 field goal attempts today. They lead this one 9-0. All right, so let's see if the Raiders can put together just something offensively here. Let's see, Raiden says you were first to 1,000 points, and so yeah, that is true. Yep, first to 1,000. I mean, because I feel like around week 3 is when my team decided to stop playing around and get going. The first week of the season, nah, we came out looking average, but after that, we have stepped it up tremendously. Jimmy throws it, and it is caught there, and Austin Hooper picks up 8 yards on the play. All right, so we got 2nd and 2. Myers goes in motion. They're going to hand it to Jacobs, and Jacobs with a nice run there picks up 9 yards on the play. He's got 6 carries for 21 yards. Black says, so word on the street has it, you heard that Brian Perez is going into the Iowa Hall of Fame. They're thanking him for his years of disservice to their offense. Maybe his dad will be next. They're going to build a statue of him. All right, 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Jimmy tosses it here. Jacobs picks up about 4 yards on the play. Oh, but there is a penalty. Braden says he's in disbelief right now. In disbelief. Hey, Braden, how are your Warriors doing today? Black says last one, Braden, he promised. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, man, personal foul there against Jerry Jacobs of Detroit. And right now, the Raiders are just content with just making sure that Jimmy doesn't go out there and mess things up right now. All right, 1st and 10. Throws it. It is caught there by Austin Hooper. And Hooper stumbles for it for 11 yards there on the play. Black says, you know what would really suck if he was named to the Bama offensive staff? Bruh. Bama fans would form a fence to prevent this man from coming in. Like, they would get together and forge a fence that no semi-truck could run through to prevent this man from getting there. Braden says he don't believe it, but okay. All right, 1st and 10. Feeds it to him. And Jacobs picks up 7 yards. Now we've got 2nd and 3 coming up here. 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in a second. Lions up 9-0. Braden says the Warriors are up 2 at halftime. Okay. Bet. Yeah, Jimmy just don't got it today. All right, 2nd and 3. Feeds it again to the back, and that's going to be a 1st down here. Jacobs picks up 6 yards there. So now we've got 1st and 10 from the Detroit 15-yard line. Right, 1st and 10. Shotgun. Feeds it to Jacobs again, and Jacobs picks up another 6 yards on the play. Black says, we would build a Texas-style border around the stadium, one to rival the Great Wall of China when they fought the Mongolians. And so, yes, look, Bama's not going to play that. That's not going to happen at all. That is not going to happen at all. Heck, I don't even think that Auburn, with their history of bad offenses, would tolerate that either. All right, Jimmy up under center. And Jacobs going to be a yard shy of 1st down marker. He picked up 3 yards on the run. All right, so 3rd down coming up. 4 minutes to go here in a second. All right, so 3rd down. Can this Detroit defense get a stop, or will the Raiders get a 1st down with Josh Jacobs on the sideline? Jimmy, quarterback keeper. He's going to pick up the 1st down there. Picked up 3 yards there on the ground. Yeah, they have decided to delegate Mr. Jimmy Garoppolo to being the handoff guy. They say it worked in San Francisco. This is what we're going to do here. All right, lined up in the shotgun. Hands it to Jacobs, and Jacobs scores a touchdown here. So the Raiders do find a way to score. Heavy lifting on the ground on this drive. So far, Josh Jacobs, he's got 12 carries for 50 yards in this one. So if you got Josh Jacobs in your fantasy team, you're happy about how this game is going. Braden says touchdown. And the field goal is good. That's important because let's see, that was actually Daniel Carlson kicked that one. Wasn't sure if he was playing today or not. All right, so 9-7 is our score. All right, so we've got just under 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And so Detroit leading this one 9-7, but the Raiders are the only team that has scored a touchdown so far in this one. Like says, a lot of quarterbacks were benched this weekend, and so a lot of quarterbacks got injured too. Benching, yes, benching happened quite often. So yes. Let's see. Braden says LSU versus Alabama this week, and so yeah, that game well probably won't make JB's streaming list, but you know what that means. When JB doesn't stream Bama, that means Bama's gonna win. So JB's letting you know right now in advance, Braden. LSU just ain't got the defense. They don't have the defense to stop anybody. Better yet, the ground game of Bama, and then Milrow, he'll do okay. So, but it should be a good one. Hopefully, it'll be a good one. Let's see. Doc says this week we'll start with Milrow getting benched, and so if he's getting benched, you guys are in trouble. I seen what's on your guys' bench. There is nothing on that bench to consider. Like it's so bad you don't even list a second quarterback on the depth chart. You just put Milrow one, Milrow two, Milrow three, fourth string punter. You don't even list the other guys. They are terrible. Terrible. The very definition of handoff guys. That's all they're good for, just handing it off. That's it. Braden says, JB, I think you should stream it. Black says that game is too damn late, at 7 p.m. Start time, and that'll be Eastern time, I assume. So, yep. That is way too late for JB these days. Absolutely. All right, getting ready for kickoff. All right, with kickoff on the way. Clock from his own 9. Brought down at the 21-yard line for Detroit, who's up 9-7. Let's see, Black says our quarterback backups rival those of a black and yellow team in the heartland. Just horrible. All right, so we got 1st and 10 here. All right, multiple tight ends here for Detroit. 2 receivers, 1 back in the backfield. Gives it to Gibbs, and Gibbs is met by Crosby. 2nd and 10 coming up. Braden says, I thought you said that this was the last one. Braden says, how could you? All right, so 2nd and 10. 5 wide. Throws it. Gets the completion there to Jamison Williams there with the catch. His first catch of the game. Picks up 23 yards and a first down. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning here with Detroit up 9-7. Braden says there's a guy wearing an Iowa shirt right behind home. It's oh, poor guy. Poor guy. Right behind home plate, poor guy. He's lost out there, Braden. All right, that's going to take us to the commercial here, 2-minute warning. So far in this one, Jared Goff is 15 of 21 for 176 yards passing. And Jahmyr Gibbs, he's got 10 carries for 27 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's got 4 catches, 88 yards. Brady said he's watching the World Series right now. He says he's got no reason to worry about his Golden State Warriors right now. Like says, somehow more points will be scored in a baseball game than an Iowa game. Braden says SEC football games will be on ABC next year. That feels different to say. Let's see, Braden says this is true black medicine, sadly. Oh man, poor Iowa guys. Poor Iowa guys. Let's see, Braden says, oh, he's so sad about it. He's heartbroken. Let's see, Black says, yep, CBS didn't want to pay out. And so, oh man. So many changes. I mean, I like some of the changes, but man, this is a lot of changes at once. Like, will anything be the same? Like, will we even remember what college football was like prior? All right, out of the shotgun and Golf throws it short and Gibbs makes a guy miss, makes a second guy miss, still running, still running, still running. Picks up 14 yards on the play before he eventually goes out of bounds. Black says that was announced a while ago, though. All right, meanwhile, that was a big play there. And Detroit still looking to get their first touchdown of the game. 1:51 left to go here before the half. They've got all 3 of their timeouts. Hands it to the back, up the middle. Oh, did someone grab him by his helmet or his hair? There is a flag. Let's see. Braden says, no, I'm happy with the changes because of the fact our offense might be good and don't want to remember what college football was prior. You'll always have us, Braden, to remind you. That's what we're here for. But don't worry. Don't expect too much drastic changes. Gives it to Gibbs again. Gibbs is getting an entire workload right now. He's got 11 carries for 34 yards. Meanwhile, Raiders have a defender that's getting up slowly. SM, what's good with ya? SM says, yo, JB, what's good with ya? How are you doing? Is anybody dressing up as anything tomorrow for Halloween? Let JB know if anybody's going to be dressing up for anything tomorrow for Halloween. SM says he's watching the Rose series. How's Monday Night Football going? Monday Night Football is going. It's going. It's going. Right now, Detroit's up 9-7. So we've got a close game here. A lot of running. A lot of running from both teams, though. Let's see. Brayden says there's always JB Nation there to remind me. New song out now. That's right. 2nd and 3. Golf looking. Golf throws it and gets the completion here to Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's throwing it to everybody except Sam Laporta right now. And that's the main guy I need him to target. All right, 1 minute and 10 seconds, and hands the ball off again. Oh, Sam Laporta's just not getting yards. He's not getting yards. Like he's never gonna reach his over if he's not getting yards. He's just getting like 3 yards here. All right, the 2nd and 9. Throws it, gets the completion. All right, picked up 3 yards there. So we got 3rd down coming up with about 39 seconds left to go here before the half. They already kicked 3 field goals here, and I know Dan Campbell is tired of kicking field goals. He wants touchdowns. That's what he wants. But let's see what happens here on 3rd and 6. All right, 3rd and 6, and up. They're going to stop the play here because we have a timeout call by the Raiders. And so Braden says Lions offense. Yeah. Braden, what round did you end up drafting Jared Goff in our fantasy draft? What round did you draft him in? All right, so we've got 3rd and 6. Going to go with 5 receivers here on the play. Golf throws it over the middle, gets the completion here. That's going to be a 1st down. All right, Sam Laporta there. Dan Campbell's calling timeout. He is very animated. Braden says 7th round, and so pretty good value, especially for the 7th round. And I also believe Indazo as well took Kirk Cousins relatively late. It worked out for him. It worked out for him. I just wish in my other league that I was as fortunate to do what you did, but I didn't. I took the wrong guy. I took Daniel Jones. Towards the end of the draft, to be fair. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Gets the snap, throws it, and oh, what a pass right there to Sam Laporta for the touchdown. He cashed in for the touchdown. Braden says, dang, you got a steal in Gabe Davis. And so, Braden, I can caution you now. I learned last year. I had him. He went ice cold when it was time for the playoffs. I'm talking about ice cold he got last year. He's up and down. When he's good, he's good. But when he's bad, he's bad. Flip a coin. That might be how you determine whether or not he's going to have a good game or not. And you said you also got to steal in Laporta touchdown. That is right. That is right. All right, extra point is good. All right, let's see. How many more receiving yards do I need from him to catch over? I honestly need some of these games to just be finalized. All right, that was good. All right. Literally just need one more yard from Sam Laporta. They couldn't give me a stat correction and give me that one more yard. Yeah, literally need just one more yard from him. All right, but with 27 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Meanwhile, Golf's already got 225 yards passing. Braden says he was good this week probably because he wanted revenge against you. And so, is that so, Braden? Is that so? Well, you know what? Be mindful when you get gold that's basically cursed. All right. You may have gotten a victory today, but in the long run, if he goes out there and costs you 4 to 5 more losses this year, don't go telling JB how you would have won had you not had him. Because JB's going to remind you. Maybe he didn't want revenge, Braden. Maybe. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. And the Raiders opt to just go ahead and run the ball here. They're like, no need to risk it. Right, and they're going to be content to go to the half here, looks like. Yep. Yeah, Jimmy just looks lost out there. I wonder if at some point the Raiders just go ahead and put in Aiden O'Connell at some point. But they're probably just going to continue to rely on the ground game. But at some point, maybe that's a consideration. Let's see. Braden says, okay, JB, we'll see what happens in a couple months. And so, yep, he was not on JB's board at all. At all. All right, but yes, literally need just one more yard here from good old Sam. All right, what started off looking rocky, things are starting to look a little bit better. All right, looking a little bit better. But we are at halftime here. And again, 12 votes and 67% leaning towards the Lions here, 33% leaning towards the Raiders. Ooh. Let's see. United Airlines has made history by launching its inaugural direct flight from San Francisco International Airport all the way to, wow, Hanoi in the Philippines. Wow. So a straight flight. That is historic indeed. Yeah, that's a long flight. I ain't gonna lie, that's a long flight. That's a long, long flight. Let's see. Black says, who you got, Notre Dame or Clemson this week? Notre Dame will beat Clemson this week. Notre Dame will be. I actually took the under for the total points in that matchup. And so I think it'll be a defensive game. Notre Dame has been in some dog fights. Clemson's been in a couple, but Notre Dame has just been in some dog fights. I expect Notre Dame to come out there and to stifle Clemson's offense. And they'll be able to move the ball a little bit against Clemson. So I think Sam Hartman's going to have a better of his game. They're going to need it. They're going to need it. They can run the ball, but they're going to need him. And I think he'll step up and be the difference in that one. But who you got? SM says you have Kirk Cousins in a couple of your fantasy teams. Sucks he got hurt, and you wonder if that was his last game with the Vikings. I assume it is his last game with the Minnesota Vikings. I assume, as sad as it would be. But yeah, I hope that he recovers and comes back. And whatever team he's on, I hope he goes out there and just lights it up. I hope he goes to a place with a good situation for him and go out there and show what he was showing. Show what he was showing. But yeah, that sucks. I had Nick Chubb in my other league, lost him. I had Anthony Richardson in my other league, lost him, and that was my money league too. So I lost both of those guys. Been waiting on James Conner to come back. It's just been a slew of injuries there. David Montgomery, waiting on him to come back. So got Kyler Murray on my bench, hoping that he can maybe come in and save the day. Let's see. Black says, I saw that earlier, but people are happy to United have expanded and given more options than just the Philippines Airlines hub. Random, but for some reason, I got the news earlier on YouTube. And so, yeah, I just saw that news there. So, wow. But that's going to be one heck of a flight, though. One heck of a flight without any stops. But I guess to reach your destination quicker, I like that. Right, and we are still here at the commercial. All right, so since we have the time, you guys let me know in the chat your AFC and NFC playoff predictions and predict the seeding as well based upon how things are currently going right now. So let me know how you project the rest of the season to play out in terms of your playoff teams, who's going to be the 1 seed, 2 seed, 3 seed, all of that stuff. I know that's going to require a little bit of a minute, so you've got time, but let me know. Black says you're going to do an Air Force game, and so I mean, if you catch me on the right weekend, I might just do an Air Force game. I find myself watching a couple of their matches. They're very interesting. So I could see at some point if we have a weekend where there's absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing, that weekend. But will it be this weekend? The answer is no. The answer is no. I have noticed though this year, I feel like I've been streaming more of the bigger games as opposed to last year. I did some of the, I guess, games that wasn't considered top notch like throughout the week. So we'll see how that plays out. Because last year I was preferencing games that came on at around noon, but this year I'm sort of in for those evening games in terms of that window. Black says Falcons beat the Chiefs 58-0 in the Super Bowl 127, I guess. Let's see. I would have to say, I mean, it's all up in the air right now. I could go with the obvious picks, say the Eagles on one side, and I guess in the AFC is tough right now. It's tough. But maybe a rematch of the Dolphins and the Eagles. I don't know who to throw out there at this point. You said Mizzou and UGA this weekend, and so last year it was quite a game for about 3.5 quarters last year. Washington and USC, but I feel like I've done quite a few. How many USC games have I done this year? Why do I feel like I've done quite a few, but I can't recall which USC games have I done? But that's going to be a great one. No, we did Washington and Oregon. That'd be a great one. You said I feel like these guys have already played though, and so it feels like it, but nah. It's because we saw Washington play against Oregon, so we did see that one. USC, I'm trying to think, who did we? Why do I feel like we streamed USC? But I don't know for a fact if we did stream USC or not this year. I'll look into that one though. We've got two marquee quarterbacks in that one. So as of right now, I'll. What time does the Washington USC game come on? I guess that will be the determining factor. It better not be a late game because it feels like the kind of game that'll come on super late. And so, but if it's early enough, maybe. Nah, because Colorado, we streamed Colorado versus TCU. I don't think I've returned to the well for them. I don't think. Yeah, I think I've only streamed them one time. So it wasn't a Colorado game. So let's see. Black says late game, but 7:30 Eastern. And so, all right, that's a little too late for JB's blood on a Saturday night these days. All right, so SM is the first one that's going to go ahead and put his out there. So let's go ahead and see. So he's got number one, the Miami Dolphins. Okay, number two, the Baltimore Ravens. I like it. I like it. Three, he's got Kansas City. Four, he's got the Jaguars. Five, he's got the Buffalo Bills. Six, he's got the Bengals. Seven, he's got the New York Jets. And so, okay. That's actually really solid there. Actually really solid there. And the Jets are finding ways to win. And you got to watch out for those teams that just find a way to just go out there and grind and win. I personally, of that list, if the playoffs did turn out to be that, I would be rooting hard for the Baltimore Ravens to get to the Super Bowl because I am waiting for the day that we can get Lamar Jackson there. I want to see him win a Super Bowl at some point throughout his career. And so if the AFC is wide open and it's anybody's race, then I would love to see Baltimore come through and win. Not saying that they will, but I would love to see the Baltimore Ravens come through in that scenario. Black says the Ravens are quiet, but they continue to win. That two-piece, three-piece, 15-piece that they handed the Detroit Lions caught my attention there. It's just I also remember how Lamar does in the playoffs. So that's what keeps me from mentioning Baltimore is that I got to see him do this in the playoffs. Go out there and look like Lamar Jackson can look. Like if he can play like he did against Detroit that day, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. So I can see a scenario where we get the Baltimore Ravens out of the AFC. In the NFC, I would be rooting for the Detroit Lions in the NFC. I would like to see them do it. I think the Eagles would do it though, but I would be rooting for the Lions in the NFC. But man, that is a great list, SM. That is a great list right there. Now, JB personally doesn't like the Jets just because it's the Jets there. But yeah, certainly could see that. Certainly could see that. Could be the Jets. You could swap them maybe with the Steelers as well. Quite a few options there. Quite a few options. All right, so SM just dropped this NFC list. So he's got the Eagles one, okay. Two, he has the Lions, okay. Three, the Seattle Seahawks, okay. Four, he's got the Saints. Five is the Cowboys. Six is the 49ers. So he says at some point they're going to stop losing. And seven, he says, who the heck knows? He says, who knows at seven? Oh man, let's try to help him out here and find a seventh team here. So, man, I'm trying to think. Maybe seven might end up being the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you think? Maybe? I'm trying to think. throughout the NFC, a team that's not on that list there. You know what? Maybe not even them. Maybe the Atlanta Falcons. Maybe it comes down to the Falcons and the Buccaneers like the last week of the season. So I think it's a coin toss. I would put like the Buccaneers slash Falcons. One of those two teams will get in there, kind of like they do for college hoops when they put the bracket and it's like a two one. Whoever wins, that's who gets in. So I could see the Falcons maybe getting that last spot. Braden says the Vikings, despite the fact that Kirk Cousins is hurt, out for the rest of the year. If not for the Kirk Cousins injury, I would say the Vikings. But with Kirk Cousins injury, I will say that maybe it turns out to be, it depends on who you trust more, the Falcons or the Buccaneers for me. And if Taylor Heineke gets a fair shot to be the guy the rest of the way, I put Atlanta. If it's Desmond Ritter, then I put Tampa Bay up there, but I'm leaning slightly towards Atlanta for that last spot. Black says USC plays UW, Oregon and UCLA next. Tough. Oh yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. We're gonna see some struggles out there for my man Caleb by his standards. By his standards. But if USC struggled against Cal, oh look out! It's gonna be a long rest of the season. Let's see. Black says Vikings will get there to bet in the wild card game, and so we will see. We will see. We will see. We will see. Is there any possible? Oh, that's right. I don't know how severe is Matthew Stafford's injury for the Rams? Because depending on how long Matthew Stafford out, I could potentially consider them as that last spot. But SM said it best. Who knows? SM says a USC fan, but they beat UCLA, but definitely losing to Washington and Oregon. And so, without doubt, I would be highly impressed if they won either of those games. Not going to lie. All right, so here we go to start off the second half. And right now, we've got the Las Vegas Raiders. Right now, Jimmy Garoppolo lined up in the shotgun here. Hunter Renfrow goes in motion. They're out there on the 25-yard line. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Snaps it. Jimmy looking. Jimmy throws it. Gets the completion. That's Devontae Adams. That's right. He's reverted to now taking 11-yard completions. He used to be the man to catch those deep passes. I hope that Josh McDaniels does us a solid here before they let him go and trade him to the Patriots. Please. All right, but that's a first down. All right, Jimmy up under center. Myers goes in motion. Run play. Jacobs trying to find a hole. They bring him down. Picked up a yard of play. Josh Jacobs is 13 carries for 51 yards and a touchdown. If you are Caleb Williams, what team are you hoping? What team are you hoping? And again, it has to be a team that realistically might end up with that selection. But what team are you hoping that you get drafted by if you are Caleb Williams? Meanwhile, Jimmy play fake, overthrew somebody there. Not quite sure the receiver he was going to there, but overthrew someone. Third down coming up. He was targeting Adams there, and oh man, incomplete there. You're not going to get that call, Adams. You're just not going to get that call because you need to try to go for the ball. All right, 3rd and 9 coming up. So 3rd and 9 here in the shotgun. Gets the snap, bringing the pressure. Jimmy brought down for the sack. Oh my goodness. 4th down coming up. Zach says Oakland. SM says Stafford is day-to-day. I think the Rams are content with getting a good draft pick, so they'll be cautious with him. And so that roster that the Rams have is definitely, if they were to take that route, they would have to move on from many players because they have an aging group. So whenever you have an aging group, And they said that's why they brought back, Aaron Donald. That's why Sean McVay came back. They came back to compete this year. That's what the offseason plan was. So I expect him to, if he can play, I expect him to play. Meanwhile, the return takes it to the 29-yard line. There is a penalty. We got another injury here to a Raiders player. SM says maybe the Patriots because it's a winning organization. I'm as big as Patriot fan as anybody, but if that's me, I don't want to go there right now. I don't want to go there. I don't see any receivers there at all, like at all, like at all, at all, at all. No receivers, offensive line, offensive coordinator probably not going to get along with him. So, yeah, yeah. I mean, if I'm Caleb, I'm hoping that the Vikings find a way to trade up and get me. But if they don't, then sure. I mean, I just need to go somewhere where I got some weapons and I can go out there and show what I can do. That's what I would need, a situation like that. Do not send me somewhere where they don't have any weapons at all. Don't do that to me. But as a Patriot fan, if we did get Caleb Williams, but I feel like for us, we need a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr. That is what we need right now. We got because whoever we bring in will struggle and all like that. So we need a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr. Meanwhile, Black cannot take this. He's like poor Mac Jones. SM says, what about the Packers? And so to replace Jordan Love, they do need a franchise quarterback. And if Jordan Love's not that answer, which newsflash, he's not that answer, we figured out. So yeah, if they can find a way to get him, sure. But I doubt the Chicago Bears are going to be making a trade with the Green Bay Packers to allow them to get up there and make that happen. Maybe the Chicago Bears. Chicago would love this man so much if they got their hands on him. Black says, poor Marvin, if he goes there, the Bills will ruin him. You can't ruin someone like that. You cannot ruin someone like that. All right, Jared Goff, do me a solid here. Throw it to Laporta one more time here for me. All right, they're going to line up in the shotgun. 13 minutes to go here in the third. And they hand it to Gibbs off the left side. Still running. Still running. We got guys literally just standing still. Just standing still right now, watching. SM said, we'll be ironic if Harrison Jr. goes to New England, LOL, because of all the battles they had with the Colts. And so sometimes life just, puts you on the opposite side. Black says they'll find a way. O'Brien and Belichick will ruin them. All right, 1st and 10. Gives it to Gibbs again. And he picks up 4 yards on the play. Right now, the Raiders, they just can't tackle right now, man. This is a nightmare for this team. They just do not want to tackle. All right, so we got 2nd and 6. Looking. Throws it. Oh, he threw an interception. And he's going to take it all the way to the house. Look at that, Marcus Peters. Marcus, I may not make the tackle, but I'll get an interception. Peters, wow. He just gifted them. They were running the ball so good. Why did he do that? What was he thinking? What was on his mind? Somebody talk to me. What happened there? That looked like the Rams version of Jared Goff on that one. Wow. I mean, let's see what he was looking at. What the heck was he looking at? His receiver wasn't looking. Oh my goodness, that was just horrible. But that's what the Raiders needed. It's what they needed. So big touchdown there for the Raiders. Carlson extra point. Ooh, just got that one to be good. 16-14 is our score. Okay. Now, Jared Goff, how do you respond? You just made a mistake. How do you respond? Black says the Lions are slipping. Yeah, they do that one more time, they're going to find themselves in a lot of trouble. And I mean a lot. Let's see, Black says this week is the revenge of the crappy teams. Yes. You're referring to a certain person in our fantasy league, I guess, that's beating me this week. Yeah, I am perfectly content if Detroit just comes out here running the ball, just throw it about seven more times, and that's it. Get Sam Laporte to the ball, but don't throw for too many yards. You say, nah, just NFL teams. If it was our fantasy league, then I would have won too. Okay, we got you. We got you. Oh man. All right, so we'll see if Jared Goff can right the wrong here. I'm sure he's going to want to come out and make a couple plays. Kickoff on the way. All right, so Detroit will take over from their own 25-yard line. Last time out there, they gifted the Raiders with 7 points off a pick six. All right, here we go. First and 10 here for Detroit. Goff up under center, play fake, looking, throws it to his tight end. And Sam Laporta picks up 5 yards there, and that's going to put JB in the over category there. Good times. Good times indeed. That was huge for me. All right, golf in the shotgun. Hands it to the back. Picks up the first down here. Craig Reynolds here. He's got 3 carries here, like 21 yards on the ground. They can't stop anybody right now. Black Medicine, we can put you in this backfield, back in the peak of your peak as a big lineman, and you can rush for 100 yards in this game, it feels like. Meanwhile, Golf throws it incomplete. Second down coming up. Let's see. Black says Texas is going down to Kansas State this week at home. And so, ooh, okay. Who are, as of right now, who is, in your opinion, everybody's opinion, the 4 college football teams that, as of right now, from what you've seen, you feel should be in the college football playoffs? When it's all said and done. Obviously, we still got many more games to play, but let me know. You said you'd rush for number 4 at Hardee's, then towards the sideline. All right, 3rd and 5. Golf throws it, gets the completion there to Brown. Okay, Brown's got over 100 yards in this one. All right, just need 4 more pass attempts here from Mr. Jared Goff. But Goff has been, I mean, minus that 1 interception, though, he's looked pretty good today. Meanwhile, Gibbs there on the carry. Picks up a yard. He's got 15 carries for 64 yards. All right, so 2nd and 9 coming up. That's the most receiving yards in Lion history through 40 games, surpassing Calvin Johnson. Meanwhile, they feed it to the back again, and Gibbs can pick up a yard here. 3rd and 8 coming up. Black says Alabama, Alabama at Birmingham, Alabama at Huntsville, and James Madison. All right, 3rd and 8. They decide to run the ball here, and ooh, is that going to be a first down? Caught the Raiders sleeping there on 3rd down. Either way, looking at Dan Campbell, he's like, "Oh, we're going for this." He's like, "We're going for this." But that should be a first down. That should be a first down. Let's see where they mark it at. Yeah, that's got to be a first down. So they bring out the chain gang here. See where they mark it at. And he got it. He got it. He got it. Let's see, Black says, nah, Ohio State, Florida State, UGA, and Michigan. And so, okay, so both Ohio State and Michigan again. Florida State, you feel Florida State, when it's all said and done, will be up there. I think at some point Florida State gets upset. And so I'm not sure. I would say maybe Oregon instead of Florida State when it's all said and done, and a couple teams have 1 loss, perhaps. Throws it. Look at that. Just keeps on trucking. Picked up 12 yards there on the play. Takes it to the Raiders' 21-yard line. Right, Gibbs it again here, and Gibbs, look at him accelerating. It's about that 4-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. Picked up 17 yards in the play. This is what fantasy football owners were dreaming when they selected Jahmyr Gibbs in the first round of their respective drafts, maybe even second, depending on when you had your draft. First and goal. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage here, but that's it. 6 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the third quarter of play. Let's see, Black says Washington has the toughest stretch of their schedule coming up, though. And hey, with a tough stretch coming up, it's an opportunity as well to build that resume. And so Washington has played one decent team and they barely beat them. And so didn't Washington lose to Oregon already? Or am I tripping? No, I'm sorry. They did beat Oregon. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Let's see. SM says, JB, who do you think is the third best quarterback in the draft, assuming Caleb in May is 1 and 2? Then I would need to see a declaration of who all declared for the draft. But the kid at Washington, Phoenix, if he's on that list, then he's got to be quarterback 3, unless I'm overlooking somebody. But I would think so. You say they're undefeated? Okay. And you say Florida State has a decent remaining schedule. You think they'll handle Miami and Florida. And so I think Miami will be interesting. I think they should handle Florida. I don't know. Florida State, sometimes their defense looks great. Sometimes it looks suspect. It just depends on the opponent, really, because they look great, obviously, against teams like Syracuse, but they look suspect against teams like Boston College. So that's my concern for Florida State. They just strike me as a team that's similar to LSU, how they're built this year, but they've actually just had better luck than LSU because they're not in the SEC. Graydon says Warriors are blowing out the Pelicans now. Let's see. Black says, who is the guy at Miami? And so does Miami not still have what's his name? Tyler Van Dyke, is he not still the quarterback at Miami? Have they moved on from him? All right, meanwhile, we got a play under review right now. Oh yeah, all I need from Mr. Golf is about 3 more pass attempts. SM says, have a feeling the Lakers might lose to the Magic. So SM, don't say that, SM. Don't do that to JB's team. Don't do that. Don't do it. We've been losing enough. Don't do it. At some point we gotta win, right? At some point. All right, but yeah, JB is liking how things are looking right now for the most part. Yeah, things are looking pretty decent. I need Jordan Clarkson to go ahead and get that 5th assist for me. All right, yeah, things are looking good. All right, so the ruling on the field, fumble. And after official replay, they said that the play stance is called. Okay. Wow, that's huge. That is huge. So the ball came out. Wow. Insane. Black says the Russian leaders this season are from Georgia State, Troy, UMass, Oklahoma State. No SEC running backs are dominating this year. Interesting. Speaking of which, hmm, what are your expectations? Just anybody in the chat, but Black Medicine for Buffalo versus Toledo. What should I know about that game tomorrow? Either that or Northern Illinois and Central Michigan. Both of those games that play tomorrow. And Jacobs gets the carry there. Picks up 5 yards there on the play. So the Raiders have continuously found ways to just hang in there, hang in there. Every time it felt like Detroit was in a position to where maybe they can get a little bit of separation there, they just kept hanging in there. Just kept hanging in there. You say Buffalo is a coin toss? Okay. Renfro gets that. Okay. You say always. Let's see. Braden says Toledo wins. Okay. Yeah, I mean Toledo's 7-1, Buffalo 3-5. What about their style of play? Like, are they passing or not? Because Underdog has this special going tomorrow because I went ahead and did their whole if you pick 4 players from 4 different sports and stuff like that and just, run it like that, a promo to where tomorrow the payout is going to be even higher. So I'm trying to research that game to think of a pick 5. Meanwhile, oh my goodness, Devontae Adams. There's nobody to blame. He dropped the ball all by himself. Wow. All right, let's see. Black says air it out with Toledo. Okay. Braden says 130 to 102. Warriors win. That game is finalized. Okay, how many 3-pointers did Steph Curry hit? Punts on the way. Caught at the 40. Set the 45. Oh, tackle before he hit that 50. Got hit by a brick wall there. Braden says Curry with 42 points. Oh man, Curry went ham today. Curry went ham today. Black says, I think these MAC games are always passing shootouts. And so they're consistent. That's what they are. They're consistent. Winning, losing, or draw. If they're a run first team, they're going to run the ball with every running back on the roster. If they're a pass first team, they're going to pass regardless of the results. Braden says 7 threes. Oh, man, he went out there. He heard JB took the under on 3-pointers, and he said, all right, I'm going to show him. Nice. All right, so another one cash game. This is a good day for JB. All right, all I need from Jared Goff now is just a couple more passes here. And what is Jordan Clarkson doing? Get another assist already. Yeah, this should be good. Braden says you bet the under on him. And so, I mean, the number was way up there, Braden. So everybody has an off game. Let's see. Black says, hey, you mentioned me earlier. I needed to check the status of my season picks. And yeah, check the status of your season picks and stuff like that. I hope that you went all under with all of your picks and stuff like that. But I think you chose a couple guys over. So yeah, this would have been a year to go under. Braden says, you don't bet the under on Curry, JB. And so, hey, don't blame me. Don't blame me. Blame Sports Jam, all right? Blame the sports books, all right? They've been helping JB out a lot. We win, we lose some, but for the most part, they've been helping JB. So I'm going to continue to follow their guidance. I just probably should have left that one off, though. Let's see. You say over was Henry. Okay, so Henry was the and he's been in a bit of a timeshare. What was the over stat line for him on the season, and where is he at right now? All right, we got 1st and 10 here for Detroit. Hands it to the back, and that is going to be Gibbs, who picks up 6 yards on the play. He's got 18 carries for 88 yards. All right, let's see. Braden says Tracy Jackson Davis is playing good. How many points did he get? Points, rebound, assist. You say 9.5 touchdowns, and he's at 4. And so that's just total touchdowns, right? Like not rushing, just total touchdown stat line. He's going to need a game where he gets about 2 or 3 touchdowns, I feel like, but he can get it. Meanwhile, the pass there, incomplete. There is a penalty. There is a penalty. All right, and right now there is a Lions player that's down right now. And again, pass interference call against the Raiders here in the 3rd quarter with 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Like says, at this pace, I'll be close, but Spears is gashing his playing time. And so, hey, you drafted him in your fantasy league, so you were ahead of the curve. You knew that this time split was going to happen. You knew. Let's see, Black says rushing only, and so, okay. I mean, but the good news is the fact that if Will Levis can sustain, his passing like what we saw, just be somewhat close to it, just basically be better than Malik Willis and Ryan Tannehill, basically, and get them in position to where they're in the red zone more. Of course, they'll give it to King Henry there. So you got a chance, but like I said, he's going to need one of those games where he just gashes the Houston Texans and they just let him just go crazy. Just go crazy. You say you took the over on Daniel Jones on one of those? Yeah, I'm glad I did not do the season one because I was going to make the same mistake. I seen that stat line and it was just so low and it was just so appealing. But yeah, there's a reason why it was low. Ouch. And that was on touchdown passes, right? Yeah, that was a wrap. That's a wrap. All right, Braden says 3-1 Rangers. Okay. So we got a little 1st and 10 here. Gives it to Gibbs, and Gibbs up the middle. Da-da-da-da-da. Takes it for a score here. So Detroit scores just like that. The Raiders don't know how to stop the run. Wow. I say that, but they beat my team and Braden's team. Let's see. Black says now the Diamondbacks are going to roll out of bed and just rest for us on the game. And let's see. Braden says, what was the over-under on Daniel Jones? That was for passing touchdowns, wasn't it? And I don't know what the stat line was at the time that you took it. Was it at like 17 or 18 or 19? I think it was one of the, probably 17, was it, for passing touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken, or 17 and a half. Meanwhile, extra point is good. All right, so Detroit now up 23-14. Up by 9 points here. Here in the third, 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go. And Jameer Gibbs, 23 carries, 149 yards, and a rushing touchdown. He is doing it all. If I know Dan Campbell, he'll tell him after the game, good job. Now when David Montgomery comes back, you're being reverted back to your old role. Raiden says Gibbs becoming a star. Oh, hold it now. He already is a star, but will Detroit let him shine? Or will they treat him like they did Swift last year and just say, all right, you're having a great game. That's nice, but you know. All right, all I need from Jared Goff is just 3 more pass attempts. That kicks the ball off. No return. Again, here in the third quarter with 3 minutes and 13 seconds left to go. See how the Raiders respond. All right, so here goes Jimmy. Heavy formation. Play fake. Throws it and gets the completion there to Michael Mayer. And he gets his first catch of the game for 19 yards on the play. Like says Dan Campbell is going to turn that star into a black hole or a supernova. He is so random with his personnel. And so watch, when Montgomery comes back next week, there's going to be a ton of angry fantasy football owners next week. I won't be one of them. I'll be happy because he likes the physical build of David Montgomery. That's just who he is. Gives it to Jacobs, and Jacobs going to pick up 5 yards on the play. We've got 2 receivers on the play. Play fake. Jimmy throws it. Incomplete. Intended for the tight end there. Was going for Mayer again. Not so fast. Third down coming up. So we got 3rd and 5 right now for almost midfield. Again, the score right now, Lions leading 23-14. Let's see, Braden says double play by the Rangers. You said they survived the rally. Right, 3rd and 5. Jimmy brought down for the sack. And just like that, 4th down coming up. Brandon says top 9 coming up now. All right, Raiders have the punt unit out. Again, 1 minute and 14 seconds to go in the third. Punt on the way. Fair catch symbol and caught at the 11-yard line. So with Detroit up right now, 23-14 over the Raiders here in the third quarter with 1 minute and 7 seconds left to go. And so one has to think the way that Gibbs has been running Continue to run him. But this offensive line for Detroit deserves a lot of credit tonight. They have been going out there and just imposing their will with this offensive line. Okay, so we got 1st and 10. Two tight ends, two receivers, one back. Brown goes in motion. Gonna give it to Gibbs, and Gibbs running. Picks up 11 yards on the play. And man, this has got to be extremely frustrating right now if you're the defense here, because you just can't stop them. You just can't stop them, which is concerning for JB, because at this point, do they even have to pass the ball at this point? See the difference in time of possession. The Lions have had the ball 28 minutes to the Raiders having it just over 15 minutes. They give it again to Gibbs. Picks up 7 yards in the play, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Black says, by the way, Michigan paid me to scout the Little League team up the street and report back to them with their signals. Even the Little Leaguers aren't safe. Didn't Michigan renege on the contract for Jim Harbaugh? All right, so we are at the commercial here. Let's see, Black says, good. He has done it to players on scholarships. And so that he has. You said, I feel like they know that this could be like on his last season there, perhaps in college. Oh, they know. They know. They know. But man, right now, Raiders cannot stop the Lions' run game at all. At all. All right, Clarkson just hit that over. Bet. Come on, 3 more passes from Jared Goff. That's literally all I need. But at this, I mean, the Raiders, they can't stop them. Like, they literally cannot stop them. 2nd and 3 to start off the 4th. Play fake. Goff throws it. Gets the completion there to Laporta. All right, great job there. 1st down. just 2 more pass attempts. All right, so here we go from his own 37-yard line. Goff gives it here to Gibbs, and oh my goodness, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Goff throws it, gets it to Gibbs, and Gibbs picks up 3 yards there on the play and a first down. All right. I was about to say, it may be time to put in the other running back here because Gibbs has put on a clinic out there. So save him for the next drive and so forth. But man, gives it to the back, and Craig Reynolds picks up 5 yards on the play. Second down coming up. And again, continuing to milk that clock. Adams on the sideline talking about how life was in Green Bay, how he missed it, how he wants to be back there. The Raiders have got to be exhausted, like exhausted. All right, 2nd and 5. Gives it to the back. All right, he picks up 2 yards on the play. Like says, Gibbs getting used better than Bijan. And so, yeah, but that's due to David Montgomery being hurt. That's why once Montgomery comes back, it's going to be just like before. But we do have an injured Raiders player right now. All right, literally just need one more pass attempt. And just make sure that you do not throw it to Gibbs. Anybody other than Gibbs will be fine. Let's see. Black says Tannehill to the Patriots. No, 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 never, 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 never that. We might like discounts. We might like on the cheap, but we don't like that. We don't like that. No. I don't even want him as a backup. Yes. Oh boy. All right, so 3rd and 3 coming up. I have no doubt if Detroit wants to run this ball, there's nothing the Raiders can do. So just get me one more pass attempt. Then after that, Jared Goff, just call it a day. No more pass attempts. Call it a day. All right, so we got 3rd and 3. They hand the ball off. Will he get it? Let's see where they mark him at. Come on, Dan. We all know you're going to go for it, Dan. We know you're going to go for it, Dan. They can't stop the run. We all know that. They can't stop the run. It ain't no secret. Go for it. And Dan is looking. Wow, that's the shortest short I've ever seen. Like, wow. Let's see. Braden says, yeah, Tannehill to the Pats sounds good to me. And so, you know what? Tannehill to the Packers. That's a great idea, Braden. I'm so happy you thought of that. That's a great idea. Absolutely. Tannehill to the Packers. There you go. I can see that. All right, so we got 4th and 1. Golf. He got it. He got it. Marcus Peters looked foolish there. Oh, there's a flag. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, this is going to be defensive offsides. Any way you put it, they got it. They got it. Let's see, Brandon says, I was never thinking that. I don't know why you said that. It felt like something you would think, Braden. I was just looking out for you as a friend. I thought you wanted a starting quarterback like Ryan Tannehill. I thought that was your boy. Good job, Jared Goff. All right, now stop passing the ball, Jared Goff. Hand the ball off. Hand the ball off. Again, that was Jared Goff there off the play fake who just threw the ball away, did what JB needed him to do. Now let's stop. Now from here on, only run the ball and run that clock. Do JB that solid. There's no need to pass. You're up 2 scores. They can't stop you. Literally can't stop you. Right, 2nd and 10. Feeds it here to the back and picks up 2 yards in the play. This Raider defense looks a little pissed off right now, but there's nothing they can do about it. All right, just continue to run that ball. You know what? 3rd and 8, I go ahead and run it again out of the shotgun. Odds are you'll probably break a couple tackles. Braden says you're looking out for me too. I appreciate that, Braden, but you don't have to look out for me. No, don't look out for me like that. Let's see. Black says JB has turned into Lewis. Like Tannehill said, he'd rather go to Colquitt County Packers. So basically, he'd rather be a Hawkeye is what you're telling me. That's what you're telling me. He'd rather be a Hawkeye. Golf on 3rd and 8, throws it. Behind his receiver there, that's going to be incomplete. And again, this drive right here was 11 plays, 55 yards, and almost 6 minutes off the clock. All right, this is good. All right, 52-yard field goal attempt. And it's good. It's good. Okay. I can want 3 more points right here for my kicker. 26-14. Under 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Let's see. Black says, know that black and yellow team actually scores on offense. Actually scores on offense. Another shot towards those Iowa Hawkeyes. But I am looking forward to seeing how they're going to look in college basketball. I feel like of all the sports, our teams are most evenly matched in college hoops. Who's the best returning player for the Hawkeyes this year, Braden? All right, so that may not be too bad. I don't think Myers has a catch so far in this one. Let's see. Braden says Peyton Stanford. Peyton Stanford, okay. Let's see, Black says probably 7'8". So, man, that would be insane if they did. Is that kid for Purdue? Matter of fact, is that tall kid from Purdue coming back again, Braden? The center that they got, is he coming back again somehow, some way, and nobody's questioning this at all? Like, at all? Braden says, yep, the kid never graduates. He's been there forever. Meanwhile, the Raiders, oh my, what is he doing? What is he doing? Oh my goodness, he's at his own 1 yard line. Somebody talk to the kid before I talk to him. What is he on? What is he on? Oh my goodness. We got an injured player. Somebody got hurt off of his foolishness. Look at it, look at it. He touches it there, pushes it back, runs to it, picks it up, does nothing, goes down at his own 1 yard line. Wow, insanity. Insanity. I know what Dan Campbell wants from his defense here. He wants him to come out here and just get that ball back. That's what he wants, get that ball back. All right, so they got him up to his feet here. Again, that is Dorsey there, Khalil Dorsey, the injured player. All right, 9 minutes and 54 seconds left to go here in the fourth. Let's see what the Raiders do here. Talk about your backs against the wall. You're down by 12 points. Your offense can't move the ball. Jimmy's been really struggling. Let's see what they do. Shotgun formation here from their own 2 yard line. Offense line's got to hold up without holding. Winfrey goes in motion. Let's see, Jimmy throws one up there. Oh my goodness, Devontae Adams was wide open. Any competent quarterback would have been able to hit him there. Not Jimmy. Not our Jimmy. So we got 2nd and 10 coming up. All right, so 2nd and 10 out of the shotgun. Throws it and it completes. 3rd down. Up. Wait a minute. There's a penalty. There's a penalty here. Jimmy's getting up slow. They're going to call roughing the passer. Somebody got low. Oh, they're going to call it against Jack Campbell. That is something that a former Iowa Hawkeye would do. Let's see. Black says, any chance Daniel Jones returns and throws 17 more touchdowns? I'm sorry to say it, but they appreciate your donation because that's not happening. That's not happening. That is not happening. All right, but Jimmy and the shotgun here gets the snap. Jimmy looking. Jimmy feeling the rush. Jimmy on the move. Jimmy throws it. Jimmy gets a little completion there. For Jacoby Myers, that's going to help a little bit with the numbers there. Make it not look so bad. That's Myers' first catch of the game. All right, looking at the replay, that should stand. Aiden doesn't like that. He doesn't like the fact that JB says that, making a play is something that an Iowa Hawkeye would do. That offended Braden. He's an offensive player, Braden. Give me a break. I don't take shots at Iowa defense. Come on now. All right, injured player to be looked at. Still 9 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter. Let's see, Black says scoring would have really pissed him off. Yes. Absolutely. All right, so we got 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Meanwhile, Munford there on the sideline being looked at by the medical staff. Pick number 77 there for the Raiders. All right, let's see. Jimmy, what will he do? Renfro goes in motion. Jimmy's looking. Oh, Jimmy's brought down for the sack. Look at that. Look at that. Jimmy G goes down. 2nd and 17 coming up here from the Las Vegas 29-yard line. And more important for JB, let's go ahead and run this clock. Braden says Rangers win 3-1. 3-1. Somehow both teams have scored more than the Iowa Hawkeyes offense. But anyways, not important. Congrats. All right, on 2nd and 17, Jimmy looking. Jimmy, oh no! Jimmy's down again. They sacked him again. More importantly, that clock continues to run. Let it run. Yeah, poor Jimmy. Getting all beat up. All right, so 3rd and 28. Jimmy throws it, gets it to Hunter Renfro, and Renfro getting some yards here. Picks up about 18 yards on the play. 4th down coming up. Jimmy says, take that, JB. I'll go ahead and mess up your pick 5. So thanks a lot for that, Jimmy. Targeting Hunter Renfro again. Oh, man. So out of the shotgun. Gets the snap. And, ooh, they sacked him again. They couldn't do that the last time. So just like that. Braden says Jimmy G looks like Mac Jones tonight. Dazed and confused. Dazed and confused. He took a shot at Mac Jones, which one would think he was targeting JB, but that was a backhand towards Black Medicine. How will Black respond? And all JB can say is, I hope that Jimmy Garoppolo's insurance is A1 because he's going to need it after today. So they hand the ball off here. Jesse Black says, well, the cameras don't lie. If you ever see Mac on the sideline. All right, let's see. What else is currently going on now? Dang, there's nothing else. Yeah, meanwhile, they hand it to the back, and oh man, look at that. About to try to score again here. About to try to score again. Let's see. Braden says, oh, come on, JB, that was to you, and you know it. And so I honestly, no lie, thought that it was a shot towards Black Medicine. My bad, Braden. I didn't know. My bad. My bad. All right, here we go. 1st and goal. And Detroit's going to run it in for a touchdown. But there is a flag. There is a flag. Referees are discussing here. They're going to call holding on the offense. They're going to call holding on the offense. All right, so JV's just checking here. Let's see. Oh man, I have no idea, Braden, why you would take a shot on JV for. You know, we go way back. All right, golf up under center, gives it to the back. That's going to be Gibbs there. All right, Raiders going to call a timeout. If only Hunter Renfro just did not catch that ball. Let's see. How did I do? All right, that's not bad. Not bad at all. All right, second and goal. And going to pick up a couple of yards here before they stop him, about 3 yards in the play. Let's see, Braden says, crazy, I've been watching you for about 2 years now. So that's right, 2 years. We have seen many things come through in this stream, many things, and many random conversations too. We've seen some bad blowouts, TCU and Georgia. We've seen some very highly annoying games last year when Matt Ryan and the Colts played against the Denver Broncos and Russell Wilson. That was extremely annoying. It went to overtime. You can see the frustration on JB's face. I'm not going to lie. That was one game I was ready for it to end. Also, the same way when the Saints, I think they either started Ian Books against the Dolphins like 2 years ago. I think one of those two. Tough times. Many good times, but those were some tough times. Ooh. It's going to be incomplete to Sam Laporta. He's already done his job for JB, though. All right, I do need Michael Mayer to get maybe 3 more receiving yards. That would be good. And unless there's a way for Hunter Renfrow to lose 15 yards in the catch. Yep. There's a good old Riley Patterson. Coming out here for a 26-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up, and he missed it. He missed it. Braden says, oh, those college national championship games you streamed for the best. And so, yes, because JB was not here for the first round of the semifinals of last year's college football game, and I'm pretty sure that it'll be the same case again this year, as I plan on being in the Philippines again. So he said, "Oh, I remember that Broncos Coast game." He said, "Oh, I know, Braden, I know you remember that. You were rooting for JBOT," and I was just like, "No, not today." It was like maybe another day, but not today. All right, let's see. How did my flip look? That was close, but I got that one to work. All right, that's good. All right, so we got 1st and 10 here for the Raiders. Throws that one, gets the completion here. Oh, it looks like he lost the ball, but Myers fell on it. And so, dang, son, where'd you find that one? And Jimmy's just out here just slinging it sideways, all that stuff. 1st and 10. Jimmy steps up. Jimmy throws another incompletion. Oh, man. Braden says the red hoodie game and the blowout game. Let's see. Black says, don't you have Howell? Aren't the Pats playing Washington? I do have Sam Howell in my money league because unfortunately I've been relegated to him. And man, that's a game that we got to win. We actually are favorites in that game. So yeah, we actually I think are slight favorites in that game. You say I'll host the stream on the channel since you'll be out. I come back and like everybody's gonna hit that unsubscribe button because all you say is roll tide, roll tide, roll tide. Meanwhile, oh my goodness, Devontae Adams all by himself, him and Jimmy. There's no connection. There's no love. Heck, he'd rather be catching from Jordan Love right now. Not really, but wow, that tells you everything you need to know. Braden says he missed Devontae just like he missed Emmanuel Sanders in the Super Bowl. He did do that. He did do that. If not for that, Kyle Shanahan would be talked about like his father. But because of that moment, they say that Kyle's just not the guy. When in reality, Jimmy messed that up. Black says, I'll sleep through the first 3 quarters. Oh, shoot. Jimmy. Jimmy goes down. Jimmy's down. He's down again. Somebody help Jimmy. This is not supposed to be funny, but it's just so bad. It's funny. Like I said, he'll be asleep the first 3 quarters on camera. Braden says, "Oh, that would be interesting." He says, "Oh, come on." I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Devontae's like, I need an escape route. Where can I go? And I'm over here like, come join the Patriots. All right, but it's 4th and 17. They're down by 12 points. Jimmy throws it short there to his back, and his back's going to pick up about 12 yards in the play, but he will not pick up the first down. That's what he won't do. And with 3 minutes and 29 seconds left to go, and the way that the Lions have been running the ball, the Raiders only have one timeout. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. Black says you and Neo can host it. Now, if you have Neo on the stream, that's a game changer there. Then we might actually gain some new subscribers purely just for Neo attacking you the entire time. Because everybody wants to see a Dalmatian. Brandon says Devontae is pissed, can't blame him. Oh yeah, watch out after the game if you're a cameraman. If you're a cameraman, specifically a cameraman that's spying for the University of Michigan right now, you might want to get out of his path when he's heading to the locker room. I'm just saying. You've been warned. You've been warned. All right, they're going to hand it to the back here, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play. 3 minutes and 23 seconds to go, and the Raiders are going to go ahead and call their last timeout. It's just a formality at this point. They know it's over. Deep down in their heart of hearts, they know it's over. Only thing that they can do for JB at this point is simply to have Michael Mayer get one more catch for 3 yards if they get the ball back. Second and 8. All right, he picks up 5 yards on the play. Oh, what a wonderful day it is indeed. Let's see, Braden says JB roasting everyone tonight. And so JB's not roasting anybody. No, no, no. JB would never do that, Braden. These are my words of encouragement, Braden. 3rd and 3. Let's see, Black says, about like how the Dolphins roasted them. And so with a certain quarterback, yes. Yes, with a certain quarterback. All right, let's see. But hey, we get roasted every week at this point. Every week. Bailed out Mac Jones. All right, so it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning here. When we come back, it'll be 4th and 2. Braden says words of encouragement. And so that's it. Words of encouragement. JB just wants everybody to be better off. That's it. That's it. Let's see, Flack says hashtag free Mac, hashtag return of the Mac, hashtag send Mac back, hashtag we rather have Maybach than Mac, Maybach music. All right, so Braden says Washington versus USC this week, and so yes, that is going to be a matchup there, but it is a late game. That's JB's only problem with it. It's a late game. Braden says wish both teams were undefeated, and so well, I'm just hoping that this game turns out to be a close game to the end. Something tells me it's got an opportunity to turn ugly, like similar to that Notre Dame-ish kind of ugly. So we'll see. USC has sure they played great, but that was Cal. That was California last week. So and they struggled to beat them. That is my high concern there. Like if they come out slow on offense, it's a wrap. They got to come out humming. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day here. Yeah, let the Raiders get the ball back just so they can throw the ball to Michael Mayer for 3 yards. Says you could do Georgia versus Mizzou. I'm thinking about it. I got to look at the entire totality of the schedule, but I am considering it. I have not done one for Georgia. I have not done one for Mizzou, so why not? Why not? All right, so Golf throws it to his tight end, and that's going to be a first down there. Picked up 5 yards on the play there, and that was to Brock Wright. And yes, that means the glorious victory formation here in which Jared Goff pioneered this team. But hey, Jameer Gibbs, 26 carries, 152 yards, and a touchdown. Again, that's just rushing. It's not including his passing yards as well. He was just out here just balling today. The Raiders had no answer. All right, so a couple knees, and this is a wrap. So we'll go ahead and remove that. Up did not mean to delete the message there. Just wanted to unpin it. Did not mean to do that. I meant to unpin. Did not mean to delete. Well, one more knee and that's going to be game. So I will thank you guys so much for coming through here for Monday Night Football. Hope everybody has a great rest of the week. And looking forward to seeing you guys on Thursday. Braden says good night, JB, and good night to the Patriots season, even though they've been asleep for a while. And so, hey, sometimes you got to fall asleep to wake up at full strength, all right? And I appreciate your team for joining us this year on our slumber, our hibernation and stuff like that. And when the Bears beat you guys this year, we're going to hear it. We're going to hear it. Let's see. Black says, Dobby yelled at a caller and said, you can apply for the job? No. Dabo did that? No. And let's see. Brady says, great stream. Appreciate that. Black says, Dabo, peace out. All right. Appreciate you guys. Take care and see you guys next time.